And now, sports.
So college football rankings came out and Georgia managed to squeeze into the top 4. I'm Carly Reece. Joined with me is Kat Hendrick. Kat, you felt pretty strongly on Tuesday that Georgia wasn't going to make it into the top 4.
I did. I really did. And now I kind of have my foot in my mouth. But I was going based off of precedent. I think the last time that we had one of these big conversations about whether or not Georgia was going to make a top 4, it was last year with playoffs, and they decided not to because, in my opinion, the committee weighed the losses that Georgia had over the wins that they had. So that's what I was assuming was going to happen, but clearly not.
So is that why you think Georgia was placed in the 4th spot instead of Alabama?
Yeah, I think that it probably, I wasn't in the room, but I'm assuming that it came down to Georgia and Alabama and who was going to get that last spot. And Alabama lost to the greatest team in college football to lose to. We did not as Georgia. We lost to USC, which says a lot, but we also have 2 big wins, 2 top 10 wins with Notre Dame and Florida. And even though Alabama's a great team, they really haven't had a real competition until LSU, and they didn't win. So I think that that says a lot.
So they definitely chose to value wins over losses and just look at that strength of schedule.
I think so.
So how big is this game against Georgia and Auburn this weekend?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. Georgia knows that the playoffs are within reach. They're within grasp. It's not out of the question anymore. But if they want to get into that playoff, they got to win out for the rest of this semester, for the rest of the year. And unfortunately, they've got some tough games, and Auburn does too. I think that Auburn's going to rain on somebody's parade. I don't know who, but they're going to ruin somebody's playoff bids because that's how college football works. But I think that this is a really tough game to kick off the rest of the season.
Well, the rankings come out every Tuesday, and I definitely think there's going to be a shakeup before the end of the season.
I hope so. It keeps it interesting.
Thank you so much for joining me, Kat.
Thank you for having me.